I guess.
But screw you guys.
But,
what I want to know is.
I guess the obvious thing is how does one get into this business?
I have no idea. Literally, it's so funny because that's probably one of the number one questions that I get asked all the time is like, this is what I want to do, I want to be an actor, how do you get into it? I'm like, I'll let you know when I figure it out. I think it's going to be different for everybody. Really, really high agree. Because think about it, your job, the number one thing that your job involves is being told what to do. So you have to be able, that guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about, pointing right at you, stand up. This is invariably what happens. You can have a guy cosplaying as Darth Vader on the very back row and go, Darth, you have a question? And he'll go. The only Darth Vader here. I don't know, there's the two people that are cosplaying. I'm guessing you're either a really messed up Joker. Don't turn around. There it is. Holy crap. Now let me just tell you, I'm trying to answer the question, and already my mind is like, whatever, coffee's helping a little bit, and I look out and I see that staring at me. It's like, oh. Before I get murdered, I want to answer this question. But your job involves being told what to do, and typically being told how you're not doing it right. So that's right. That's pretty cool. I just nerded out a little bit too, like. And peed a little. I don't know why. But for me, it was literally right time, right place. There was someone that I saw in the line just a second ago that said, "This is really what I want to do," and the greatest compliment you could ever tell me is that I have somehow, in some way, inspired you. That's the coolest thing that I could ever give you, and that gives back. So thank you. But I was on this path. I was on this trajectory. This is what I was going to do. Nope, that's what you wanted to do. That's what you thought you were going to do. But in reality, life was really starting to prepare and lead you down this way. So the number one thing that I would tell anybody, which is so weird because you're expecting take acting classes, make sure that you understand how to speak into a microphone. No, be open because you have no idea what life is preparing you for. And you could be you may want to be an actor, but in reality, what life has destined for you is to be a child surgeon that's going to save some kid's life one day, and that parents will be overwhelmingly grateful that you even exist because you saved their kid's life. You have no idea. And invariably, if you try to shoehorn your life into what you think your dreams and aspirations are, and that's not really what you're supposed to be doing, you won't be happy doing it. So have a passion, have a proclivity for something, have something that you want to do, have desires, but always make sure that you're open and listening to what life is really trying to teach you and prepare you for. Because I went into to record this album because I was going to be a rock star. And I went down the hall and they were doing car commercials. One of these things is not like the other. And I went in and I was like, oh, that'd be cool if I did that. I've heard people on the radio go, this Sunday, Sunday. But and I did that, and because I had this stupidity or the balls, whatever you want to call it, to walk into that room and go, hey, I'm willing to make a fool out of myself and do that, I'm here, and that's pretty effing rad. So, and thank you guys. So my main thing is, how do you get into this? Man, I don't know how you get into this, but I do know how you get to where you really are supposed to be in life, and it's really just being open and listening. So yeah.
So what about skill sets? I mean, once you're in
Zero.
business...
Need none. No training. That's an amazing question because learning the business end of a mic, learning how to project and use your diaphragm, that's all stuff that's really on-the-job training. You'll learn as you go. But when people do tell me specifically, like, hey, this is the path I think that I'm on, and it really is going to be the path you're on. You want to be an actor, you want to work in video games, especially because I think video games are the coolest medium in entertainment to work in. It affords you opportunities like, games like The Last of Us, or BioShock, or whatever. Yes. we really get a chance to sit down, and it's really cool when you look at someone like Neil Druckmann or Ken Levine or whatever, and those people are giving you their ear, and they're like, what do you think about this character, and tell me what your thoughts are on this. You don't really get that a lot of times in TV or film. TV or film is like, oh, you have an idea? Good for you. There's the door, or there's your mark. Do one of the two. So I'm grateful that I get a chance to be a collaborator and a partner in the creative when it comes to making games. So as far as skill set, I want to make sure that people who do want to become actors, or especially in games or cartoons or whatever your bag is that you understand what it means to be an actor, not just have a cool voice. Because like Gilbert Gottfried has a terrible voice.
But he has a career.
We love him as Iago. We love hearing John Benjamin. Does not have like a great voice, but I love Archer so much. So, but what he's able to do is he's able to take what he's capable of doing and create a character based on that. It's something that resonates with you and makes people go, I want to be the next Archer. I want to be the next Meatwad. I want to be the next whatever. Exactly. Everybody can do that voice, by the way. If you don't think you have a skill, guess what? You can sound just like Meatwad. All you gotta do is just pinch your throat. That's how. So everybody can do that voice. It's the most tired voice in the world, but there's a reason, because everybody uses it. So as far as skill set, man, learn what it means to be an actor. Learn what it means to be able to look at a script and understand what's going on in the story and what's happening, what these beats are. Mike McFarlane, who was a huge catalyst for me getting started, he directed Full Metal Alchemist, and he's in it, right? He said to be able to look at your line, the line before it, and the line after it, and know exactly where you are in the story. That's really cool. Because you could also be like, I'm going to say it this way. The director goes, no, I need you to find a way to make that more aggressive. What do you mean? So that's not being a voice actor, that's being an actor and being able to make choices and decisions based on the character that you are trying to establish. Make sense? Yeah. Okay guys, what else?
So you mentioned that you're involved with the creative process. What's a typical day like when you're on a project? What exactly do you, obviously aside from the acting, what is your process?
What is my process? One thing that The Last of Us taught me is to be empty. Empty. Like a vase, let's take a look at using this example. There's a vase, right? And that vase has a specific color, it has a specific shape, it's made of specific materials, but it's empty. It doesn't need to tell you what this vase is. You can look at it and go, that is a brown clay vase. And it can be used for carrying water, it can be used to put flowers in, you can make it just a decorative thing with little glass marbles that I've never been able to understand why people do that. But you know it's a vase. What you put into it doesn't happen until it's ready to be used. You don't just have a vase sitting around full of nothing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna put flowers in this, and you put water in the flower and little medicine things that help it grow. I try to be a vase, empty. Because when you come in full of your own stuff, full of what you think this character is, what this moment is about, everything, then nobody can pour anything into you. And you're just stagnant. So, The Last of Us was one of those things where, who's played The Last of Us? Okay.
I always cry the first couple.
Me too, invariably. I can't even you two. I'm like, huge spoiler alert. Okay, ready? Everyone cool with that? Fine? No, it's okay. So when Sarah dies, I knew from the very, very beginning, everyone goes, oh, come on, man, shut up. It's been out for almost 2 years. Guess what happens? The butler did it. So, from the first time we sat down and talked about the game, I knew that this was going to happen. And I knew that was going to be like a really big moment for me as an actor. It was going to be very challenging. So I told Neil, I was like, do me a favor, give me a heads up. Don't just like spring that scene on me. Let me know this is what we're going to do so that I can prepare. He was awesome. So he gave me like 2 weeks notice, because we'll let you know, it's coming up. You're on deck. Get ready. It's like, okay. So I came in full. I know what I wanted that scene to be. I know what it was about. I was grounded in it, almost too grounded, which is a really interesting lesson to learn. And I came in, and he calls action, and I break. Now, we've all had some form of trauma, we've all had some form of loss, some heartbreak in our life. All of us have. That's why we're all beautifully connected, because we're all broken people walking around trying to be fixed. So, okay. That's something foreign. But it's true, and honestly, that's the reason why we're all here. Because, like, out in the world, we're weird, but in here, we're the cool ones. And it's so much, this is why I love this nerd culture so much. It's like, I'm gonna cuss, okay? There's so much of us that when we say, I wanna be the Red Ranger, I wanna be Link, I wanna be the Joker, whatever, this is who I am, and you can't tell me that. So, something other than Doctor Who is stupid, you can't tell me what to do. So, and what I love is that we've created this community that's based on that is essentially, this is the expression of our hurt. All the things that made us feel like we were alone, we look over to our left and to our right and we realize that we're not alone. That's awesome. So, okay, I'll wrap this up. Anyway, so I go into that scene completely filled. And I tap into something that I feel is grounding me in this scene, and the levee breaks, and it's uncontrollable. I'm like a fire hydrant, it's just spraying emotion everywhere. And I'm like, he goes, cut. I'm like, here we go. Not saying I'm definitely gonna get the Oscar, but I think we know it's all in the bag. And Neil goes, okay, I wanna go again. What? You wanna, yeah, exactly. What you wanna do? I wanna go again. Why? Just let's do it one more time.
More emotion.
Okay, here we go. And and now it feels cheap because I'm like pimping that memory again. I'm like just trying to use it, and it feels weird. I'm off. It was gonna cut. I want to do it again, and I'm exhausted. We do this 4, 5, 6, 7 takes, and I am literally sitting. And Hannah Hayes, who plays Sarah, is infinitely more talented than I am because she's just got it. She's like a little Meryl Streep. She's got it under control. And I look at Neil, and now I can't stop crying. And I'm looking, I'm like, and I remember saying to Joe, I was like, this is really hard. And he's like, I know, man, we gotta get through it. So around the 8th, 9th, 10th take, something like that, he goes, okay, I think we got it. We can move on. I'm like, and that was the end of our day. And I walked outside, I called my wife on my phone, and I was just still, I was like a 3-year-old at a daycare that their mom didn't do. I was like, and I went home, and 2 weeks later, Neil goes, so we need to reshoot something. And I went, dude, don't do this to me, man. And I was like, what are you talking about? And the other day when we were shooting Uncharted, he actually, he brought up this phrase again because when I was like, oh, you want to reshoot it? Okay, fine, we'll reshoot it, watch this. So we go to reshoot it, and again, second, third take or whatever, he comes up to me and he goes, I'm picking up on some resistance. And I was like, you're damn right you're picking up on some resistance because we got this thing in a can and you're just wasting my time, everybody else's time, on a really, really hard scene you've already got. And he goes, let me tell you what I've got right now. I've got a man broken. I'm like, yeah. Why is that bad? He said, because what I don't have is what's happening. Oh my God, this is happening. I can fix this. I can't fix this. She's going, she's gone. I'm broken. You don't have that. You just have explosion, vomiting, tears. And he goes, what I need you to do is I need you to get every idea that you have about this scene, what it's supposed to look like, and just be with her. Just look at her in this scene. And I never really realized that all the other takes, I'm doing everything but looking at Sarah. And so that's why the take that we actually get in the game, I'm just looking at her the entire time. So it was such a wonderful lesson for me to learn to go in empty. I don't remember what your original question was. I don't even remember what it was. But maybe it was like that was a skill set. But again, it's learning to be an empty vessel that's ready to be filled. And a lot of times that means that you may not know what's going on, you may not understand what you're supposed to do, but that's actually infinitely better than thinking you know what's going to happen. The ranch house scene, honestly, in The Last of Us was something cool too, because Ashley and I both had two different ideas about what that scene was about, and it was good when we first got it, but it wasn't until we stripped those ideas away, and Ashley does a whole thing, everyone who I've ever cared about has left me, everyone came except for you, she pushed me. That's not in the script, that wasn't directed, that was Ashley being in the moment. So, there we go, okay, sorry.
Well, listen, I'm going to ask you, one final question from me, and while I do that, I'd like to ask those of you who are interested in asking Troy questions, you can line up here to the microphone.
What?
Oh god.
Oh.
At a time.
Here we go.
Single file, people, single file.
In all your years doing anime, video games, and cartoons, what is the weirdest thing you've encountered on a script, or they told you to say, and you've been like, I have to say that?
Oh my god. That's a great question. I remember the first time that I was shown a little anime series called Solier. And the director sent it to me and he goes, tell me what you think of the show. I was like, the show's hilarious, the show's great. He was like, no, the little white guy. I was like, that's crazy. He goes, cool, I want that to be you. I'm like, oh, no. So, I mean, everything has its little moments, and it's, I think, as far as like, why am I saying this? Or this is weird, this is really dirty. There's been some moments in Metal Gear, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm like, really? Really? But out of context, it's weird. In context, it's almost always fan service, especially with Metal Gear. There's so much fan service that happens. Really? Yeah. You'll get there, it's okay. We're like, what, 3 months away? All right, settle down. It's a good question.
Thank you.
Get it. You.
Hey.
Hi. Off to a good start.
I'm sorry, it's
Never apologize.
Right.
Yes.
If Conte were here at the Puerto Rico Comic Con, how would he react to everything around him?
Well, first of all, he is. Nothing? Are you saying it like dudes? I'm expecting a lot more payoff from Persona 4 fans right now. Because those are two pretty cool lines. I'd probably pick up that chair. It's 3. And look at all of you and say, get bent! Thank you. There we go. Hello?
Hello again. So, let's see, do you take requests?
Sure.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not saying I give them back. I certainly take them.
Okay,
What is it?
let's see, I want, when the Comic Con, before the Q&A ends, I want you to sing a song.
Mm-hmm.
But one rule only.
Oh, there's stipulations. Go ahead. Sure, wonderful negotiator.
I think I'm a little nostalgic on this shit. The only rule is, it needs to be only a Disney song.
A Disney singer? Wow, that was hugely publicly approved.
You guys got put on the spot.
Yeah, but yeah.
Everyone goes to Frozen. No, let it go, exactly. Little Mermaid, Aladdin, I can go on and on. These Disney princesses this year will get their asses handed to them by the score of eons from Disney princesses before. Cinderella could literally just go cutthroat punch to any of them. Elsa? No. Let me show you Mulan. Let me show you exactly. She fought an entire army. What did you do? Well, I brought a snowman to life. Ah, good for you. All right, here we go. Well, we'll look at that. Let's go to the next question. We'll see what I can do.
Yeah, but it only has to be on a Disney songs, but no Frozen. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, I think we covered that. I think we established that. What's up?
My question, as a huge Uncharted fan,
Okay.
is there anything you can share with us about the project?
It's amazing. It's the most nebulous answer ever. So we're almost done shooting. Naughty Dog right now is in huge E3 crunch to show the demo. We're going to do a stage demo. It's going to be amazing. What's so cool is that to me this feels like such a payoff for so many different things. If you've been a fan of the entire franchise, it's all about family. Obviously, I get to play Nate Drake's older brother, so I get to tell him what to do. It's amazing to me how a franchise that has had, every one of them has topped the other, how they continue to do that, and this one is going to blow them away. It's so good, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely incredible. So if you're a fan of the Uncharted series, oh, I got chills. I think it's because I have a fever. Joking. My Catherine, C. Catherine, get up here, girl. What you got? Oh, no, I'm at the microphone. That's cool. There's a force field. It's weird. You'll bounce off. I'm looking out for you. Yes.
I got insecurity up here.
What you got?
Okay, question. Have you ever played Dragon Age?
Of course.
Inquisition?
Yes.
I love you even more.
That was the easiest question I'm going to get all day. Are you asking if I got raped by a minotaur? No.
I only have one question for you.
Craziest sex scenes in that entire game, I swear. She had this guy back here going, yeah! No. It was weird. I was like, oh, God, no. Yes.
You have to ride in the bull. Come on.
Yes.
Everybody has to at least once.
Ride the bull? Yeah, no. Didn't get that trophy. Didn't get that trophy. I will not platinum Dragon Age for that reason alone.
Okay, one question.
Yes.
Dorian, what do you think?
Dorian?
Dorian.
Gray. Never gets old. Until he looks at his picture. Anybody?
Badass.
Yes? Come on, that's a pretty good response. Pretty good response.
But him, badass. No.
That ass? But that ass, though. Yes, amazing. Amazing. All right, iPad boy, what you got?
It's a Surface, it's not an iPad.
I apologize. Do you also have a Zoom? So I could softball that to me. What you got, bud?
In anime, not in video games,
Yep.
what character is your favorite, or do you think it has been the most successful for you?
For me? Oh man, so those are two different questions because I think that, well, yeah, I mean, I love that little so-and-so. And what's so great is the first time we ever recorded the song, not gonna do it, our director was like, you do realize that will become a thing. I'm like, nah. That will become a, people won't ask me to sing that song all the time. No. But, you know, one of my favorites was Abel Nightroad from Trinity Blood. Okay, one, thank you. Thank you, Catherine. That to me was like a really, I love that anime. I think it was absolutely beautiful. I think it was a gorgeous story. It was very, very unique, even though people are like, it's like Van Helsing. No, it's not. It was so different. And it was, you know, it could have gone on for so much longer, but the creator died. And that was my first like lead role that I had, so that was a really important, impactful one for me. Being a part of Full Metal Alchemist though was pretty rad. So I don't know. I think it's those are almost two different questions. It's like what has been the most successful for you, and what has been your favorite? Because I think sometimes, even though it's not my favorite, it really, really resonates with people. So I don't know. It's a good question though. Surface rocks. What's up? Leng.
Can I ask you questions?
Can I ask two questions? Well, that's one right there, so you got one down, one to go. We'll find out.
You know Smash Brothers?
Smash Brothers, yes.
If you were casting the game, who would you play as?
See, like, here's the thing. A lot of things that I like, I wouldn't want to be the one thing to come in and screw it up. You know what I mean? It's like you could do it, but like Charlie Martinet is the voice of Mario, Luigi, Goomba, everybody. And I wouldn't want to come in and steal that. Perfect example. Okay, the whole thing is going down with The Simpsons right now. How they're talking about having to recast. Never going to happen, because this happened before with Futurama, where they tried to renegotiate their contracts, and all of a sudden I'm calling John DiMaggio going, dude, I just got sides for Bender. Like, they're auditioning, and nobody in town would touch it. They were like, nope, walk away. So hopefully that happens with The Simpsons, but I don't know. I almost want to just like, either whoever's doing it now or whoever would come in and do it, I want to sit back and appreciate that game as a fan, not as like a performer. That makes sense? Yeah. Those 2 questions down.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hello!
Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you again too.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention in the autograph session that my favorite song on the album is Apparition.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
I
that.
love the trumpets.
That's awesome.
Anyway, the question I have is, if you had the opportunity to have 3 characters that you portrayed over the years,
Okay.
whether it be video games, anime, etc., appear into reality,
Okay.
become your best friends, and hang out together, who would they be and why?
Oh man, that's a really good question.
And that's the fun question. Because you answered earlier the whole how to be a voice actor. You already answered the first question.
I know this is probably a boring answer, but I would like get drunk with Joel. I just have him just sit there and go, you have no idea what I've been dealing with. But that's, to me, man, the very fact that you can ask that question speaks to how powerful these stories and these characters have become. Because they're not so much, no, I want them to stay in their fantasy, whatever realm, whether it be a superhero or whatever. There's so much about them that I'm like, man, I really just want to hang out with those people. I want to become my best friend.
Exactly.
And I think in some way, especially like in the case of Ellie, I know more girls that have felt so drawn and connected to Ellie than anything, and I think that speaks to the character and also the performance. So that's hand in hand with Neil Druckmann, Bruce Straley, and Ashley Johnson creating a character that resonates so well with you. You're like, I want to take Ellie shopping. I want to get her new clothes, and have her feel what it feels like to be a normal teenage girl. That's a great question, dude. Thank you so much for asking that. That's awesome.
And at least to answer my own question with your voices, I would hang out with Pagan Min from Far Cry 4.
You are a madman.
Wait, Joker. And the President of the United States from Saints Row 4.
Well, that'd be fun as shit.
Why? Because they know how to throw a party.
They do. Ain't no party like a Saints Row party, because Saints Row party don't stop. Right. Third Street, baby.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, my friend. What you got, boss?
My request is promise.
Okay.
Have the script read?
Okay. How long is it?
It's a little bit. It's short.
It's-
It's only like 30 seconds.
It's short.
Will I get hit with a force field if I go up there and give it smoke? No?
No, go for it. I don't.
There we go.
Oh, so I've been given pages.
Yeah, you have to scroll to the right to finish it. I even wrote your
All
name
right.
and everything.
So.
The thing is that you'll be playing Tally and I'll be answering as the Nemesis, Black Hand, Sonic, Espio. And
This
then
is
we can
Joker.
both end it- Yeah. At the finale, we can both end it with the Joker.
Understood. There's a spoiler for you.
Yes.
Okay, so who has the first line?
You, whenever you're ready. You're Tally and I'm Black Hand.
Oh God, something just broke.
Really?
Why is it? There we go. You will pay for what you did to my family. Let's end this here and now.
Don't be so foolish, Talion. The Dark Lord gave you another chance to live. Now we shall be sealed together in death.
It's pretty good.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Up for a race? Yes, you're too slow.
I don't have time to be fooling around with worthless opponents.
Hey, take that back, knucklehead!
Did you just call me crazy? I just love it when someone's mind fills up with such creativity, he says with sarcasm.
Though I won't deny that I might have a few loose bolts in the thinking box. Being sane is just not fun enough. Don't you agree?
100%. In the end, there can be only one. Joker does Highlander, coming soon to the theater near you.
Well done.